Well, hello, welcome to I Love Gay today. And we're in Arkansas today, which we don't come to very often. And we're here with KeAndrè Arnold. How are you, KeAndrè?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Fantastic. That's great to see you here. I think it's interesting. You're part. You're operations director of an organization that I don't think people realize there are organizations such as yours that are actually all around the country that
Mhm.
really focus on kind of education and bringing people together when it comes to understanding HIV and STI and the prevention of those. And but
Mhm.
engaging Arkansas communities, you guys are like a really big part of that there in the state.
Yeah, like I said, we're statewide here in Arkansas, and it's a tall task.
Yeah,
However, the work has to be done, and we're doing a great job here in Arkansas.
yeah, that's what I noticed. But yeah, how long have you guys been around?
Well, the vision was actually created maybe back in like 2019,
Okay.
and we actually got started around 2020. I started out on the board, and I was actually the first employee for Engage in Arkansas, which was October of 2020.
Wow.
And as you know, back in 2020, that's when we were in the height of COVID.
Yeah.
So it was some really sketchy times, when you think of survival during that time, when you're trying to start up a nonprofit,
Yep.
especially with the type of work that we do. But we made it through, and we're still thriving to this day.
I love hearing that. But you guys were did you focus at least in the beginning? Did you do other health work such as COVID testing or all that, or has it always been very specific to HIV and STI prevention?
Mhm. Well, it all. I mean, we're obviously grant funded, and at that time we did not have a focus on COVID. I believe COVID caught everyone by surprise.
Yeah.
But we were in the HIV field, and the start of the organization and our highlight program has been the Positive Miles program,
Okay.
in which we transport individuals living with HIV
Yeah.
to critical appointments needed to have a healthy life. Arkansas is a very rural state. When you get outside of Central Arkansas, as well as parts of like Northwest Arkansas, it's a really rural state, and a lot of people traveling, hour and a half, 2 hours to get to, just a medical appointment or just to do labs,
Yeah.
and that's a great barrier. There's a lot of poverty in the state, as well as just having reliable transportation.
Yeah.
So we wanted to eliminate that barrier for people living with HIV in the state of Arkansas.
Yeah. Well, that's huge, I think, and that's where because that's the thing is that I think you guys focus on kind of all aspects of for folks, which is
Mm-hmm.
testing, education, and, especially educating about preventing it. But you
Mm-hmm.
also seems like you provide social support services as well.
Yeah, again, we started with Positive Miles. We've grown tremendously to this point, which includes other social resources that's available. We're always seeking different ways to provide services that a lot of people take for granted.
Yeah,
Which could
yeah,
just be having something to eat. Um, and along the way, as well as we got heavily involved with testing and prevention. And
yeah.
last year, we I think we performed a little over 2,500 comprehensive screenings,
Wow.
which is historic here in Arkansas. Which it puts the work that we do in a positive way. Because
Yeah.
each year, we are reaching more people, and that just means that the community is there, they're being educated, and hopefully we're working towards ending the HIV epidemic.
You guys pretty much cover the entire state, correct?
Yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah, corner to corner, and
That's
it's
a lot.
yeah, and it's okay. There's major interstates that come through the
Yeah.
state of Arkansas, which it helps.
Hmm.
However, the Delta region of the state, which is the entire eastern portion of the state, is it's the Delta region.
Yeah.
And it also includes Mississippi as well,
Yeah.
which, as everyone knows, that's one of the poorest like places in the country, and
Yeah.
in some aspects you would get like a third world feel. And there's no interstates through there. Back in the day, it was a lot of agriculture and factories, and a lot of that is dried up now. So a lot of
Mhm.
people have this mentality that they're stuck, and we just try to provide some hope for them.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
thought the other cool thing that I noticed on your website, you guys really partner a lot with Arkansas, both HIV and LGBTQ organizations all
Mhm.
across the board.
Mhm. Yeah, and actually, we just finished Pride Month, so we were all over the state
Okay.
at different Pride events.
Yeah.
We try our best to the you know the gay community is or the LGBT AQ with everyone. Um, you know, like HIV is more prone in their community,
Yeah.
and we're definitely allies and. We look to educate and prevent, the spread of HIV.
Yeah. Well, I also love that you guys really know how to get the word out. And I think that's due to someone we both know that's part of your team, Aaron Wallace, who I've known for many years, but he's very good at
Mm-hmm.
working the angles of social media to make sure every corner is covered. But
Yeah.
I think you guys also because he and I met because he does a podcast, but you guys are doing a podcast now there as well.
Mm. Yeah. Funny story. I actually met Aaron when he was with a previous employer at that time,
Okay.
and we were working there at a health event that they had, and he
Yeah.
was going around getting doing photography and capturing all of the moments, and we had this connection. He was drawn to us, and we were also drawn to him. And at that time, I was like, man, like we really need some help with media and
Yeah.
promotion. And years down the line, he's our media coordinator now, and we're thankful to have him.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but we are getting ready to revamp our Prep for the Night podcast, and it's a podcast, in which we try to reach, young adults. It's a different vibe, different feel. We try to be, really open in our discussions, and ultimately, it's just the bring awareness to safe sex, condoms, as well as some of the mental health, some of the emotional things that take place.
Yeah.
Kind of in the hookup culture, and also with the apps, and at the same time, there's a lot of pressure, that comes with that. So we try to create a space in which, individuals can come on, tell their story, or rather just have a, conversation or a discussion to talk about, the taboo things that other people, kind of choose to shy away from.
Yeah. Well, this is wonderful, and I think the work you all do is amazing and very well needed. And I'm just glad that you were able to take a few moments of your time to kind of share a bit of the organization story with our audience here.
Okay, yeah. Like, thank you for having us again.
Absolutely.
Positive Miles is my baby when it comes to engaging Arkansas communities. Um, it was the program that started us, and it's also the one that's gained the most recognition, and it's nationally.
Yeah.
So we're always looking for donations. You can also, if anyone's interested, they can go to engagearkansas.org, and you can donate $25. That $25 can get, a person living with HIV to a critical appointment that's needed for their livelihood. Um, that's there and back, and there's a lot of things that take place during that transport. Whether the person may need assistance with their utility bill, or they may need help with getting some groceries, or whatever the case may be. But during those transports, there are viable conversations that take place.
Yeah.
And again, if you want to help support the cause, it's just engagearkansas.org. And if anyone has any, I don't know, I'm kind of rambling now, so you
No,
want
no,
to cut?
no. I hear you. But no,
Okay.
I think it's great. And I'm also going to make sure that we have links to all of everything, all your social and your website
Okay.
right there from when we post the video as well. And
Okay.
but no, I just really appreciate your time, and I'm so glad you were able to join us here.
All right, man. I appreciate you for working with me. I know we had to reschedule,
No,
but hey, I'm thankful.
we made it work. Thanks
All
again.
right. See you later.